Hi, Karen Kasner here. I'm the world language teacher at Willow Elementary. I'm also the team specialist for the specialist team and a regional team specialist for world languages, mainly focusing on elementary, but I do help with K through 12. So I wanted to show you a couple things that I have found useful for ages K through 5, and especially in world languages. For our younger students, at least at my school, they are on iPads. And so toggling between apps, whether we're asking them to do a 4-finger slide or a double tap to get from app to app, can be really confusing. Even just hitting that home button and going to another app can be confusing. So what I've tried to do is build most of their assignments directly into Seesaw. So any of the videos that I need them to watch are just going to take them straight to a YouTube video. I've made a screencastify or a photo booth video of myself doing the lesson or the mini story, whatever I'm doing, teaching the words, and then making it public because it's just me. I'm not worried about sharing my lesson out there. It doesn't have any student faces, no student privacy issues. So just one YouTube link. They can go watch the lesson, come back to Seesaw. I usually give them some kind of a special activity in the middle. Also on YouTube, really easy. They come back here again, and then they follow the directions to do what they're supposed to. I find these icons to be super helpful. So there's shortcut icons. If you're not using those, I would recommend them to make these little images. I always record my instructions out loud here. And I always make a template for my students so that they can know what they're supposed to do. And then in the student template, you have to go to edit so I can show you. In the student template, I put directions even one more time. So there was directions in the YouTube video I gave them. There's the recorded directions in the actual right here part where you can record the directions. I'm reading all of this and reiterating what they're supposed to do. And then there's also directions again right here. They're learning. They don't know yet. They're learning that when they see this little listening guy, it means click here. Go ahead and write your name in the big gray box. And they can hear the directions for a third time. A picture of yes, they can find the directions at the top when they look at their screen, but it's one more way. So that actually makes 4 ways for them to get the directions and hopefully know what they're supposed to be doing. So I find that for K1 especially, even 2-3 a little bit right now while they're learning has been really helpful. Don't need to save any of those changes. Didn't make any changes, save that. Now, for a little bit older students.
Distance. It's made it clear that the best.
For the older students, what else did I want to show? Multiple ways to give instructions, building lessons directly into Seesaw. That's why I'm not using as much Google Slides. So I'm not even to go be logged into their dpsk12.net account because that's too much. That's too much for parents right now. It's just too much. So differentiating them for more than one grade level also. I can show you from one of these 4-5 assignments. So this one here, this is week 2, so I'll be using this Monday. I've got an ed puzzle, and they've got drawing and writing in Spanish in the template. So I've got their objective, how they're going to create their ed puzzle account right here. And there's the verbal instructions explaining to them what they're going to do there. It's also written here, which I read to them so they can read it. They can listen to it. They'll come back to Seesaw, do a special activity like I like to. And then for some differentiation, everybody's supposed to draw. But if they can get bonus, I can differentiate to a little bit more complex that they can write about it. They can record themselves. They can upload a picture or even a game. So I'm giving multiple options, like a choice board almost, for how they can show their learning. As the weeks go on and they get better with these tools, I can give multiple choices of how they want to do this. They might be able to choose the ed puzzle and a drawing, or choose I could make a pear deck, and they'll use that and then put something in Seesaw. So I'm working on having them do 2 activities, one inside of Seesaw and then one outside of Seesaw, if that makes sense. So far this is working pretty well. Also on their template, let me show it in the other way, in the edit showing. All right, so in their template, there's also voice instructions from me. This is just me reading the words, again, in Spanish so they can hear them. And I will also put voices here if they need a text box. So I'm training them how to use it while they're in it, because I'm not having synchronous classes. And so I'm trying to troubleshoot anything that they come up with before they have to come to my office hours and all ask at the same time. And I'm using these same icons for all of my templates that I'm building in. If it's somewhere to type, I'm putting this little typing guy. If you're going to be drawing, I'm putting these crayons. If you're supposed to be doing something else, such as, let's see, upload. Seesaw images, I've made a folder. So I've got all these different things that we might need. Maybe they need to put their name in. So I've got the name thing right here. They might need to put in a photo. I want them to add a photo. So I'm going to give them this visual right next to where they're supposed to do that. So it's really easy, and over time they'll learn these. So even my kiddos who can't read very well can find these icons and know what I'm asking them to do. Also in here, I have directions again. So there's directions to read, directions on the main assignment page, directions here with this little guy, and then above when they see it, it'll say replay instructions. So there's 4 places to find those. And it's been going pretty smoothly so well. So I hope this is helpful. Let me know if you have any other questions.